Okay, hello and welcome to the next installment of How Long Will I Be, or How Wrong Will I Be, about my Disventure Camp Season 4 prediction. This is the fourth video in a row, episodic in a row, that I've tried to predict this crap. First, I said, there's no way Spencer doesn't make it to the finale, and then he got out. Then, I doubled down on the fact that Marissa and Anastasia were both going to get out, but due to a double elimination, not a tiebreaker between them, and Anastasia's still here, so I wasn't as wrong that time. But then my new thing had Zayd as second place, and look where Zayd is. So, yeah, Zayd's gone. So we're gonna just try again, and honestly, I'll probably see y'all with another one of these in 2 weeks. But yeah, let's just get in. So who do I think is the next boo? Here's who I don't think it is. If I put someone in the winner section, obviously I'm not saying they're all winners, but I'm saying I don't think this is the next person. Overall, I don't think it's Isabel, and I don't think it's Jade, and I don't think it's Amelie. Jade can see, like, there was the whole thing last episode with Isabel falling for Amelie's trick with Jade not buying it, but I feel like that's going to get played into a little more. Another person who I don't think is our next boot is Logan, and Logan has a lot of stuff going on between him and Jade, him and Hannah, him and Anastasia, him and Amelie. He's basically got like a good little plot going on with every character, with the exception of kind of Isabel. So I do not think Logan's leaving for a bit. Which just leads us between Anastasia and Hannah. And I know I've said this multiple times, but I do genuinely think that... Oh crap, I probably shouldn't have put them all in here. Now I have to delete this. Hold on. Or I can just do this. But while I'm doing this, I'll say I genuinely think Hannah is next. And the reason is, I feel like Jade, Isabel, Logan, Amelie, and Anastasia still have stuff going on. And I think what's going to end up happening, especially playing into Isabel's more villainous side, is Jade is going to recognize what Amelie is trying to do, and then through some magic, make Amelie kind of get blackmailed and forced into voting out Hannah. I don't know how that's going to work, but something like that. I feel like it'd be a big twist, especially with Hannah and Logan right now going like bonding and stuff. But the problem, I'm trying to go full like unpredictability. So the problem, or not problem, I actually really like it, but the thing with this season is that it's extremely unpredictable. Like everything from freaking Ted and Tristan getting out as early as they do, to Spencer not being here anymore. Everything has been a very wild ride, with the exception of like the Alicia elimination and the Ivy elimination and the Richard one, and the Natalia one for me. Outside of that, though, almost every elimination's been pretty shocking. So yeah, then we come to 5th and 4th place. And I'll say, I think after this, I don't think we keep Jade and Isabel any longer. Sorry, I got interrupted. But anyways, as I was saying, I think in our final 5, we don't keep Jade and Isabel any longer. What I think is going to happen is I think they're really going to play into Isabel's bad side. You can see it, Isabel slowly losing her shit. You can see it in some of her confessionals. It's actually really funny to watch. And while it does mean she's probably not going to win the season because of it, I do think she'll make it pretty far now, even though I was saying that she was going to be the second boot. I was saying she's going to get booted in episode 21 for my last prediction, but nothing can stay consistent. So yeah, I think what'll happen is Amelie will freaking be like, fuck the blackmail or whatever, and just go and sabotage. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I was about to say Amelie would jump the gun, go with Anastasia and Logan, and take out Jade, because Isabel has immunity. But I just thought of something way better. I think Amelie will stay with these two because I'm pretty sure she wanted to in general before Hannah was out, and now Hannah isn't even here. So she'll stay with these two, and then she'll tell Anastasia that it was actually Logan, not Zayd, and Logan lied. And then it'll be a 4-0 vote to get Logan out. And I think the reason she'd do that is because she wants to stick with Isabella and Jade, more likely. But I also think she sees Logan as the obvious person to win the physical thing at the end. So yeah, I think Logan is our 5th place boot, which is kind of wild. A lot of people predict him to be like finalist, if not the winner. But yeah. Then we have our 4th place. And for 4th place, I don't see them bringing a duo of Jade and Isabel any further. I feel like it's a finale. You gotta have 3 people from different parts of the Disventure Camp game. So I think they do what I was going to say, where Isabel wins it, Isabel wins immunity, and Amelie, Isabel, and Jade are gonna just vote out Anastasia, and then Anastasia is like, Amelie, you realize they're just gonna team on you in the finale and you're gonna get cooked, right? And then she's gonna be like, yeah, good point. And then I think that means the 2 of them will go up for Jade, and the 2 of them will go for Anastasia, and it'll be a tie. Now, another way you could do this is where Anastasia wins immunity, which makes these 2 vote for Amelie, and these 2 vote for Jade. But overall, I think there's going to be a tie vote with Jade and either Amelie or Anastasia, and I think Jade is going to lose that and get 4th place. Yeah, that just makes sense. So this has become our final 3, which is not what I would have predicted at the beginning of the season. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. I would have definitely predicted Isabel and Anastasia being here, but I would not have predicted Amelie, especially because she's the 2nd boot. And that's exactly why I see Amelie getting 3rd place. You see, Amelie does not deserve the win. She was gone for like half of the season. She's got, I'd say, like her only real friendships are Emily, who's one of the hosts, and Hannah, who is a good character, or is an important character, but not the most important. From a strategic standpoint, she definitely kind of deserves the win, but not nearly as much considered to Anastasia or especially Isabel. So I think she doesn't deserve it, but the Amelie fandom is strong, so I do think she will make her way into the 3rd place category. And then there's 2nd and the winner. And here's where I have a problem, and where I think this season is going to have its one major flaw, because I've loved this freaking season so much. I think Isabella's 2nd place. If this were a season that didn't happen right after All-Stars, I think Isabel would win. But in All-Stars, the asshole did win. And while Rhea isn't just as bad as Isabel, I don't think people would like that very much. But on the same notion, Isabel, I think that's the right word, Isabel is a very popular contestant, and a lot of people like her, as opposed to Rhea, where a lot of people don't. So, yeah, I think Isabel will probably end up getting 2nd, because I feel like it's pretty obvious, for me at least, that ever since they got Marissa out, I think they're setting up an Anastasia win. It just seems obvious, and that's why I want it to be Isabel. But I mean, she's got a good reason to get the money. She's got, she's not perfect. She's got like more villainous little bits here and there, but not like actual full-on villain like Isabel or Spencer. She's got a bunch of connections. She's got a strong connection with, I mean, we can just go down the list. She's had major plot points with Isabel. It would be Amelie if how I say things go down. With Logan, with Jade to an extent, with Hannah to an extent, with Zayd and Marissa especially, with Spencer. And then, actually, I don't really think too much over here, but with a lot of the second half of the casts, she's had at least somewhat of a big relationship with. But yeah, I think Anastasia is going to be our winner of this season, even though I want it to be Isabel. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope to catch y'all in 2 weeks whenever I'm proven wrong and freaking Amelie's the next boot, and freaking it looks like they're setting up a Jade win. Although it would still be funny if I predict Hannah is the next boot, like literally almost every single time, and then Hannah wins. That would also be pretty funny. But I will catch y'all in the next one. See ya.